Okay, it's us again. It's
Getting choked by the perfume you just sprayed.
Ice Hazelnut and
Grape Adler.
Grape Adler. We're a background noise Convos podcast. If you like background noise, if you like conversation as your background noise while you're doing things, give us a listen.
Well, I do like background noise in my sleep, when I sleep.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, so.
Sometimes, well, in the summertime, it's a fan for me.
Yeah, me too.
And sometimes when I can't sleep, if I put on a podcast, I'll...
Yeah. No, I can't listen to people, but...
Oh, I can't.
I have a fan on all year, even in the winter. It's not on
to me,
though.
But to me, it's like, if it's people like us that are not celebrities,
right.
you know, I'll fall asleep like that. It's like, if not well known. But if it's like, you know, like...
Calling us boring?
Dana Carvey and... what's his name? Davis. I just laugh. I'm laughing too hard. And then Smartless, too, with...
Jason Bateman and Will Arnett and
Sean Hayes. Yeah. Anyway. So today's topic is...
Underappreciated
movies. Do you want to go first? Because you said you only have two?
Yeah.
How could that be?
I don't know. I probably will think of them later on.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, you mentioned two of them in the past. That's that mermaid movie I've never heard of.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Mr. Peabody and the Mermaid.
Never heard of it.
Really? It's
You'd think I would have heard of it. Talking about Mr. Limpet, but...
Right. That's what reminded me of it. It was 1948, William Powell and Blythe.
Okay. Was that one of your two?
It's one of my two.
Oh, God. Sorry.
It's okay. It's based on a 1945 novel.
Okay.
Peabody's Mermaid.
Ah.
So while on vacation in the Caribbean, I wrote down the synopsis.
Okay.
Mr. Peabody does a little fishing, but hears singing from an offshore key. Mm-hmm. He doesn't find where the singing is coming from, but instead reels in a mermaid. So, and the hilarious ensues.
Well, we should look it up and see if that's what Splash, if that's where they got the idea from Splash, a remake of that.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
So what's your other one? Talk about your other one then. I'll look this up.
Other one is Real Genius from 1985. Val Kilmer. Oh, directed by Martha Coolidge. I didn't know that. Gabe Jarrett and William Atherton, which you might remember from Ghostbusters.
Wait, what is it again? What's the name?
Real Genius.
Oh, Real Genius. Yes.
William Atherton.
Okay.
Atherton. He's in Ghostbusters, and he's going to come back to Ghostbusters, the Frozen Kingdom. It's called.
Oh,
or
wow.
Frozen Empire, something like that. And if you don't know what that is, it is a movie set in a campus called Pacific Tech, a science and engineering university. Mitch Taylor and Chris Knight, played by Val Kilmer and Gabe Jarrett, are geniuses. And it's pretty much their life as geniuses. Mitch Taylor's a freshman. Val Kilmer's the senior, so he's a little jaded.
Right.
And so, but they have to...
kind of a party guy, too.
Yeah, he's a party guy.
He's super smart, but real party guy.
But he used to be like Mitch, who was very straight-laced and serious and about the work. Anyway, they're working on a chemical laser, and come to find out it's intended for nefarious reasons. So, that is Val Kilmer's second big starring role, because his first one was what was that movie called where he's a spy? It's like they were trying to kind of do an airplane. What is that movie called? I cannot remember. Not I Spy.
Oh,
Real Spy, Spy Life,
something like that.
I don't have my phone on me, so I can't look it up. But yeah, those are my two. I bet there's something else that'll jog my memory.
Okay.
Oh, you're looking that up. But you were mentioning The Wizard. I don't know. I thought The Wizard was pretty popular.
I've never seen it.
Well, underrated, maybe.
Yeah, I think underrated. Because was it number one for like weeks and weeks?
I don't remember. Again, I didn't put it in my list. So, yeah, Real Genius is like a cult classic. And like Mr. Peabody and the Mermaid, you didn't even hear of it.
I've never heard of it. Never seen it. I've heard of The Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
I've heard of that, yeah.
It was a movie, and then it became a series, too.
I think so, yes.
So, yeah. I remember the series, kind of. Yeah. So, Splash is a 1984 American romantic fantasy comedy film directed by Ron Howard. Screenplay by Lowell Gantz, Babalu Mandel, and Bruce J. Friedman, and a story by Friedman and producer Brian Grazer. So, they came up with that concept. I don't know
Oh.
if that other movie had any.
It could have inspired them.
Inspiration
because they would have been younger.
Because that movie's about, okay, so Splash from 1984 is a young boy saved from drowning by a beautiful mermaid, falls in love with her 20 years later when she returns to seek him out. Before he can choose between life on dry land or a deep sea paradise with his dream woman, the lovers are rudely interrupted by the intervention of a scheming scientist. Isn't that how it always happens?
Right.
Scheming scientist.
There's no scheming scientist. In fact, in Mr. Peabody and the mermaid, nobody believed him.
Oh, jeez. Who played the mermaid?
Anne Blythe.
Anne Blythe. Why does she sound familiar?
She's been in things. I forgot what the main thing. She what? First off, I didn't know that movie was that old. I thought it was, so it's 40 years old now. 84. I thought it was, for some reason, I thought it was like 88, 86 maybe. I was like, I didn't know it was that old. I thought it was later in the 80s.
I'm getting her confused with someone else, I think.
What's her name? The Gilda? Because it kind of looks similar. No. You got it?
Yeah, she's right there, right? That's her.
Yeah. But she looked much different in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're showing her here at all ages, but
yeah,
I'm getting her confused with someone else.
You probably are.
Maybe I've seen her in something, but anywho, okay, so, and that's it for you?
That's it for me, yeah.
Wow.
If I think of anything.
Okay.
So, I might have some overlap with you, though, if you say something, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that movie.
Right. Okay, so I have half a page worth.
Jesus.
So, from 1989, I don't know if you've ever seen it. So, a team, hold on, I'll tell you the
synopsis.
Thing. Yeah. A team tries to disarm a nuke in the sea and encounter alien beings.
The Abyss?
Yes, The Abyss from 1989.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty underappreciated.
I love the special effects on that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've never watched it.
You should see it. I think you'd like it. Yeah, I think you'd. And you know, because now they're talking about things. They see things coming in and out of the ocean.
Oh yeah,
it's like that's like a thing now. This one, I think it's more of a cult classic. Big Trouble in Little China, 1986. Oh, yeah. I love that movie. I've always loved that movie. Really underappreciated, especially if you love sci-fi. To me, it seems like. The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson from 1996.
Yeah.
So a school teacher and single mom, all of a sudden she's not who she thinks she is. She's got like, what is that called when you forget?
Amnesia.
So she doesn't remember that. All of a sudden, I guess some people find her that were looking for her, and that kicks in, and then she starts remembering stuff little by little. So,
oh, is she an assassin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she got the skills. She's like, how am I doing this? And it just came naturally to her, so she knew how to defend herself, and she's got a kid, so, you know.
Is it Samuel L. Jackson?
Samuel L. Jackson, yeah. Is her helper, her handler.
Yeah.
Return to Me from 2000 with David Duchovny, Carol O'Connor, Minnie Driver, Jim Belushi, and Bonnie Hunt. And I was just thinking the other day, because when I was looking up who all starred in it, I knew the people were David Duchovny and Minnie Driver were the main characters.
Right.
I had forgotten about Bonnie Hunt, so I haven't seen her in forever. I don't know what she's doing. I should look her up.
She's been doing Cars a lot, too, because she's the main girl in Cars. Her and
I had forgotten about that. But when's the last car movie they made?
A couple of years ago? They did 3, maybe. So I didn't even know they did a 3. I'm like, well, that's news to me.
Right.
So what's Return to Me about?
It's about this man. Oh my God! The first 10 minutes, you need tissues.
Oh Jesus!
I kind of only want to say that, but it's about a man and this woman, and his wife, and she has an accident and doesn't make it.
All right.
And it's stuff, and then stuff happens after that. So
okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, that's the main thing that happens in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
Bonnie Hunt.
Where is she now? Her latest endeavor is a TV series called Amber Brown, which is now on Apple Plus TV. So she's still working. She's just.
Oh, yeah, I know she's still working, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else. That was Return to Me. Oh, The Replacement Killers. Did you ever see that one? 1998, Chow Yun-fat.
Oh,
Mira
Mira
Sorvino.
Sorvino. Yes, I did see that.
Michael
That was pretty
Rooker
good.
and Danny Trejo were in it too. So
I remember watching it. I don't think I cared for it, but I didn't not dislike it either.
Right.
It was pretty good, probably the action, but
it was. I saw it.
I know I saw it.
I pulled it because I have the DVD, not even the Blu-ray. 2 years ago, I was like, I forgot about this. And I wanted to watch it, so I did. And really, I know it was a hit, but I don't know. I don't think it made $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man. That's what it started the
MCU.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
We know.
Yeah. So that really blew me away. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. And I forgot Jeff Bridges with it, too. I was like, because I hadn't seen it in a long time.
Obadiah.
And Terrence Howard started the role of Rhodey.
Yeah.
But then he bowed out and was...
Don Cheadle.
He didn't want to come back, and it was Don Cheadle, yeah.
Quite like to, so.
Yeah. Clark Gregg, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that his introduction, Clark Gregg? Yeah.
Was it?
As
yeah, because that was the
his name?
first
I
one.
can't remember his name now. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Then he went on to do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in that same
Well, he went to Avengers.
And
then
Thor. Was it Thor? Avengers?
Well, he was in Iron Man, Thor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was in Captain America. He didn't meet him until the Avengers, and then stuff happened, and then became Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm. Oscar from 1991.
Jesus.
Sylvester Stallone. I love that movie. Marissa Tomei, Sylvester Stallone, Tim Curry, Chaz Palminteri, Kirk Douglas, Yvonne DiCarlo, and Harry Shearer are the more notable names in that.
Yvonne DiCarlo.
Yeah, Yvonne DiCarlo. She plays. So of course Sylvester Stallone. It's set in the 1930s, 30s, I think, and he is a gangster. And Kirk Douglas plays his father. He's on his deathbed. This is the opening, and he's on his deathbed. So he tells him, "Promise me you'll get out of the business. That go straight."
Right.
And he promises. And Yvonne DiCarlo plays the mom. So she's the mom. So that's how that starts. And then, oh my gosh, it's very much too a slapstick comedy. In a way
That's what
too.
I kind of figured it was.
Yeah.
What year was it?
1991.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's just so funny. I love it. I love that movie. Boondock Saints.
That was good.
1999. Sean Patrick Flannery and Norman Reedus, of course.
I still gotta watch the sequel to that.
Yeah, the sequel's pretty good too. I have that too, so we can watch that. We watched it with my nephew, and he really liked it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty violent, so
yeah, it is.
If you're sensitive to violence, don't watch it. Yeah. Also,
swearing.
Willem Dafoe and Billy Connolly are in it too.
Yes.
And notable roles too.
Mm-hmm.
Billy shows up in 2 also.
Oh, okay.
Dark Saints 2. Hamlet, Mel Gibson, Glenn Close, Helena Bonham Carter, 1990, directed by Franco Zeffirelli.
Never saw it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
I really, really
Didn't
like
you have
that.
the poster?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, for a while.
Poster. Yeah.
The Jungle Book 2016. Now, the cartoon, the original cartoon,
I think you've said this before.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, I did not care for it, but it was there.
Right.
I think I watched most of it one time, but it wasn't really my thing.
Watch.
Even though I love
minutes,
animals and all
yeah.
that, yeah. But I don't know why I loved this, live action version.
Favreau, right? Jon
Favreau, yeah. So the little boy was Neil Sethi. Mm-hmm. Idris Elba had voices. These are voices of the animals, and they were CGI animals. Idris Elba, Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson, Christopher Walken, Ben Kingsley, and Lupita Nyong'o all did voice work for that. Yeah, that movie. Gross Point Blank, 1997.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
John
That's very
Cusack,
underappreciated.
another Mini Driver. Yeah, the action in that. So, what's the synopsis? I'm trying to remember. He plays a guy.
He plays a hitman who.
He's a hitman, but he goes back to his.
He gets invited to his high school reunion. Goes back to his hometown. Mm-hmm. Nothing is like it was.
Right.
And
I guess he had a really serious relationship. It seemed like with.
But he just disappeared senior year. He didn't graduate, right? He just disappeared.
I think so.
Yeah, and then he became a hitman. He comes back and
and people are after him. Let's just
say
say that.
Yeah, people are after him.
And then he goes to look for his house.
Yeah.
Let's not say what it is.
Let's not say what it is.
It's funny. If you love John Cusack or like
it kind of happened to us.
Yes, it did. It kind of did. Yeah, sure
They
did.
can't go home again.
Great soundtrack.
Yes, we saw that in the soundtracks.
In our
episode.
soundtracks,
Yeah.
yeah. Always, 1989, Richard Dreyfuss, Holly Hunter,
I think I might have watched
and
that.
John Goodman. That was a tearjerker, too.
Yeah, that was a tearjerker.
Dreyfuss plays a deceased airline pilot, or deceased pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy, his mentor, I think he was mentoring, falls for his, ex, so... Or no, it was his girlfriend. It was his girlfriend. They weren't married. So. I forgot who the hunky guy was. I should look it up.
Jeff Bridges? No.
No. It was I thought it was a dark-haired, younger guy.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Always.
Oh, wait. And he's a...
1989.
Pilot? Right?
Dreyfuss played a pilot, yeah.
Right, he played a pilot,
Yeah.
But it was set in the 40s, right?
Brad Johnson. He was the hunky guy. I don't know if you remember who he is.
I have to look at him.
He's right there.
I was like, let me see.
Brad Johnson.
Okay. No. I'm like, no.
No. No, it's available. Oh, it's available on Prime from $3.79. YouTube for $3.99, etc. So.
Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Oh, and it was produced by Steven Spielberg.
Ah, okay.
And is a remake of the 1943 romantic drama A Guy Named Joe. Interesting.
So it's a remake.
Yes.
Anyway.
So, what else?
What else? I had one in my head, now I can't remember.
Oh, no.
You kept talking.
You want paper? Oh, you have paper.
I have paper!
You should have written it down.
I should have written it down, but...
So I talked about this, I think, in our last podcast, about Enemy Mine. Enemy Mine, it's Dennis Quaid, Louis Gossett Jr.
I think you mentioned, I vaguely remember you mentioning it.
From 1985.
Okay.
So, and I forget what we were talking about, why I mentioned, or was it our favorite thing? I don't know what, but
yeah,
that's another one that I think at the time was underappreciated.
Yeah. See, so underappreciated. I never heard of it, or I don't remember it at least.
During a war between humans and the reptilian drag race, spaceship pilot Willis Deveridge.
Oh, I remember you talking
about
this.
Dennis Quaid ends up stranded on an alien world, along with enemy fighter Jariba Shigan, who is Louis Gossett Jr., played by Louis Gossett Jr. Both Willis and his drag counterpart can breathe on the planet. The environment and its creatures are relatively hostile, though, forcing the two to work together to survive. So, it was really interesting.
You went a little Boston there. You said pot.
I said what?
You almost said pot, and then you corrected yourself. Part.
Oh,
it sounded like saying pot.
Pat.
Oh, I remember it now. Yeah. Stargate.
Oh, Stargate.
Because it was
saw that.
Pretty good. It was a hit, but I think since it became 90.
Oh.
It was 96, 95, something like that.
Has it been remade?
It was made into a series.
Oh,
with,
okay.
MacGyver.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. But
MacGyver.
I like but a lot of people, because it's such a cult, because people love the show, always forget about the movie.
Oh, right.
So I always loved the movie.
1994.
James Spader,
yes,
Kurt Russell.
Adventure film directed and co-written by Roland Emmerich.
Mm-hmm.
The film is the first in the entry Stargate media franchise. Yeah, 1994.
And then is the guy who played
Kurt Russell,
the prince, or whoever in the other world, we'll just say.
Mm-hmm. Jay Davidson.
Yeah, he was from Crying Game.
Crying Game. Alexis Cruz. I've seen that actor Eric Avari. Digimon Honsu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else? I have House 1986.
Yes, that was really good.
William Katt and Richard Mall. If you like horror movies,
and I don't usually like horror movies, but that was a good one because it had humor in it.
Right.
But yeah, it was freaky.
It was humorous and scary. So
freaky.
It's about a writer who moves into a haunted house.
Supposedly they remade it.
They did.
It was House, the same premise.
Yes,
only modern day, right?
Let me look it up real quick.
So, do you have?
I never saw that.
As you're doing remake. Do you have The People Under the Stairs? Because that was pretty good too.
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good horror that's underappreciated.
The People Under the Stairs.
The little kid that cracked me up.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so House. William Katt.
House remake. Okay, let's see what it says. Adventures in Babysitting from 1987.
Oh my gosh.
You remember that one? You could talk about
I
it.
vaguely remember that one. I mean, what is it? A girl who was babysitting and I don't even know. I don't remember it. It's been so long. It was on Disney Plus, so I got to revisit it. But wasn't she like something happened where she had to go out, or one of the kids left and she had to go after them?
Yeah.
So she had to bring all the kids.
Yeah.
The one dressed like Thor.
Yeah.
And so again, Adventures in Babysitting. They have these adventures.
They're trying to get back home, and they're just
before the parents get home.
Yeah, they're having a difficult time.
Yeah, because the one was like, oh my god.
Oh, and then the last one I have is one you mentioned, Real Genius, 1985.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what were you looking up? Oh, House.
I was looking up House.
House.
2008. It says, stranded in the rural South, two couples take shelter in an old house, unaware that evil itself infuses the structure. The four discover the house will not allow them to leave, and that they are at the mercy of a mad killer who claims to have slain God.
Well, is that supposed to be part of the House series? I would put it in the House and then see if there's like sequels.
Adapted from House, it says.
Well, that could be any kind of houses. That could be the medical series. No, I'm kidding. Novel. Oh, yeah, I guess it was a novel. Because he was a writer, right?
Okay, so yeah, it is.
Oh, it is?
House is a 2000. No, that's 2006 though.
No. That's like I said. Go under that one, and then.
Which one? House
the original House, 86.
86 House
86, and then
86. Okay.
Go in there and see what the sequels are. Because I know there was a sequel.
I see what you're saying.
But if there was an adaptation or a remake,
Right.
it will tell you. So, at least in the wiki, it should. Because I'm like, I don't think that's the same thing. Because it wasn't that it left he couldn't leave.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he kind of couldn't, but that's because he had to work through something. It had nothing to do with the house being evil.
Georgia Wendt was in it. I remember that.
Yeah.
Kay Lenz, I remember that actress.
Oh, I thought that was someone. I thought that was
Doug. Scary. I was like, is this house talking to us? What the heck?
And
is House 2 a sequel to House? Here it goes.
Is it though? Is it?
They don't answer the question.
Gosh darn it. What are you doing? Let me see.
I'm in here.
Let me see this BS. House the film. You couldn't just click on it? Stop moving the mouse!
Oh, sorry. When two people try to control the computer.
Oh, there's a 1977 film, too.
Really?
Yeah. And not to be confused. I don't think it's the same thing. No, it says not to be confused with that.
Oh, gotcha. Is it a horror movie, too?
Sequel. Okay, House 2 from The Second Story in 87.
Oh.
House 3, The Horror Show in 89. House 4, The Repossession, 1992. So, no, it looks like that's a totally different story. I didn't even know they made it for House.
I know.
Well, I'm going to have to look up the premises of those. Not right now, though.
Oh, right,
So,
right.
Anyway. All right, well. I can't think of anything. That still wasn't the same.
I saw House 2.
I know they did a House 2. I didn't know they
Right.
did 3 and 4, though. Yeah, Stargate, but there was another movie, now I can't remember at all.
Oh, House 2 I think I saw it. House 2. Now I remember Ari Gross was in it.
Oh, that's right.
Jonathan
It was a different
Stark.
person. It wasn't William Catt.
Bill Maher as John Stretman.
Yeah.
John Ratzenberger.
I'm assuming it's
remember Lar Park Lincoln? She was in
What
it.
did they replace George Wendt with John Ratzenberger?
Right. Amy Asbeck.
So, what, was it the same house and just a different guy? Is it like True Detective?
Duo of yuppies, Jesse McLaughlin and his girlfriend, Kate, move into an old mansion that has been in Jesse's family for generations. They are soon joined by Jesse's goofy friend, Chris Coriel, who brought along his diva girlfriend, Lana, in the hopes of being discovered by Kate, who works for a record company. Jesse has returned to the old family mansion after his parents were murdered when he was a baby. While going through old things in the basement, Jesse finds a picture of the great-great-grandfather and namesake in front of an Aztec temple holding a crystal skull with sapphires in the eyes.
I might have to watch this.
In the background,
I love me a crystal skull
I think I saw this and I liked it too.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Because I remember Ari Gross. And it's vague because it's when is it from?
87?
Something like that.
87, 86? Something like that.
Yeah.
So.
In the background is a man Jesse learns is Slim Reezer, a former partner of his great-great-grandfather turned bitter enemy after a disagreement over who would get to keep the skull. So, and then it goes on and on to talk about it.
If you saw it like only first run, yeah, it's probably like it's been like almost 40 years, dude. So now I still can't remember what that other movie was. It wasn't Stargate. I just remembered Stargate, but I'm like, it was something else.
Was it a sci-fi?
No. I was gonna say it might have been a movie called Heart and Soul.
Was it like 90... Robert Downey Jr.?
Yes.
Okay.
Where isn't he playing like
angel?
Angel, kinda. He gets helped by some angels. Because didn't he get run over? And his
I never saw it, but
wife,
I think I know.
His wife was pregnant. He got run over, and he was trying to communicate with her to say that
Heart and Souls.
Heart and Souls, yeah. Something like that. What's the
1993.
Premise?
Here it is. Okay, Harrison, Charles Grodin, Penny, Alfie Woodard, Julia, Kira Sedgwick, and Milo, Tom Sizemore, die in 1959 when the bus they are riding crashes.
Maybe this is what I'm thinking.
The four continue as ghosts, guardians to the child born at the moment after their deaths.
Oh, okay.
Baby Thomas grows up to be a businessman, Robert Downey Jr.,
okay, that's
who has memories of his playmates but assumes they are products of his younger imagination. When the ghosts realize they need Thomas's help to move on, they decide to make an appearance once more.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
You know what? That's another movie that I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of another movie?
It's this guy got run over, and his pregnant wife was waiting for him for dinner, and he never came because he got killed. But she didn't know he got killed. They didn't know who he was, I guess, or something to that effect. And I can't remember the movie, but that's a good movie too.
How would you even look for that? Do you remember who the actor was?
Not a clue.
Dang.
It will come to me.
The other movie I was thinking, I just thought of it for some reason, was Sleeping with the Enemy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one too. Julia Roberts.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a thriller.
Yeah. And it's about domestic violence. So if you're sensitive to that, do not watch it. But it's pretty good.
I was gonna say, you know what triggered it was Always when you were talking about that. Mm-hmm. There was like a series of movies like from 89 to like 93, 94. You said that where it was about ghosts, like people like that, like with ghosts as the main character. Ghost 90,
Ghost,
91,
yeah.
With
that was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it.
I liked that movie until I watched it recently and I saw the CGI of like the shadow people. I'm like, this is dated.
I did not like. Not that I didn't like. I didn't care for Pretty Woman. I saw it, but I'm like, meh. What about you? Did you like it?
I've never seen Pretty Woman.
You've never seen it? Oh.
I think his mom watches all the time. So I think I've seen bits in here and there.
Bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else. I think for me that's it then. I think that was my list. So.
And I'm gonna have to figure out what that movie is because I don't remember it.
Oh, the one you were thinking. What made you think of it? What was I talking about?
Always.
Oh, Always.
It was about ghosts and stuff. So I'm trying to think. Because I think the guy at first gets jealous because the wife moves on. But then she tries to... Then some other guy... Because the guy, comes around, but then he's okay with it and gives a blessing and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's kind of the premise of Always, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the premise of Always. But it wasn't Always. It's probably an effing Hallmark movie or something I probably randomly watched one day.
Yeah, because, Mom has watched them all. Right.
Yeah. Are you looking this up?
Yeah, I'm trying. No.
I'll try. You know what? I'll have to look it up and be like, ha-ha! 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll remember. And then I was thinking of that one with, when you said Mel Gibson, there's another one about the guy who went cryogenic and he woke up. What is that called? Forever Young? Forever Young, yeah. Oh. That was a good movie, actually. He goes and he comes back when he's the same age and it's been like 50 years or something. Oh, God. You're determined to find this, aren't you?
I am. I'm like, I can't find it.
Oh, my gosh. Well, with
Premonition?
Is that Sandra Bullock?
A depressed woman learns that her husband was killed in a car accident the previous day, then awakens the next morning to find alive and well at home. Oh, was that with Keanu Reeves, too?
I thought that was Sandra Bullock. And no, that's not it.
It's Sandra Bullock is the girl in it?
I thought it was she was the wife.
Why did you just say that?
Oh.
I could have looked it up by Sandra Bullock.
No, this is a totally different movie, though.
Oh.
That's not the movie. That's a
not
newer
the
movie. The movie I'm thinking
Oh.
about is from the 90s or 80s, so.
Oh.
All right. Well, in that case, let's wrap it up. I'll find it eventually.
Wrap it up. Yeah, I can't. I don't see it. Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.